me introduce myself. My name is Narayan Reddy, and overall, I have 10 years of IT experience. And I worked for mainframe development as a software engineer. I worked for different companies like I worked for IBM, I worked for HSBC, and I worked for UST Global. And currently, I'm working for a German-based client, a BMW. And I was into different freelancing works also I used to do. In overall 10 years of experience, I worked as a managing director for the company, one of the company, and we have handled almost 5 projects in my career. And I used to work as a trainer, as a facility manager, and we used to interact every day to the clients and everyone. So basically, this mainframe technology is came into the market in 1950s, and which was introduced by IBM. Mainframes is introduced by IBM in 1950s. Yeah. So why we are choosing this mainframe technology, our mainframe servers? So we will understand it today, and based on that, we will see some of the screens also, how we are going to develop, how we are going to do the testing activities, and how we are going to deploy into production environment. Let me share my screen. Everyone, you can able to see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So mainframes, it is 1950s. No need to worry about this technology or this mainframes. Still, all the MNC companies, all the MNC companies, they are using this mainframe server. So what is the advantage as a client side? What is the advantage? And as a student wise, why we are going to learn this and what are the benefits that we are going to get it? And as a client side, what is the advantage? First, we'll see with the client basis, and later we'll see the student wise or the candidate wise. So let's see, we have a bank, Lenny XYZ Bank. So XYZ Bank, they are going to start a new bank in some New York. So they need an application and they need some database to store the data, and they need some maintenance work if they have any maintenance kind of activities they have to do, and they have some testing. So parallelly all these things they need, and they are searching for a company in India. So we need a application, we need a database to store, or we need a maintenance kind of work or testing work to do for our XYZ bank. So they approach 2 companies. Let's say we have a TCS company and we have some ABC companies. So they are asking, okay, could you please give me a quotation? So TCS and ABC company. So they are already purchased a license from IBM. So they already taken this mainframe server. So it is already purchased from IBM. So now they need a company to develop their application XYZ Bank and to maintain the data in the database and for all related application setup. So they're asking a TCS, they're asking any ABC company. So could you please give me the quotation of what are the resources that you require and how much time it is required and what is the budget you require? Everything they're asking. Now TCS they're asking. So we have 30 developers we need, and we need some 10 testing people, and we need some 5 TLs, or we need some 2 delivery managers, and we need some 1 reporting managers. So this is the team we need from TCS, and TCS is giving a quotation like this. So we need a big team like this, and we need at least 2 years of time we need, and so some $2 million, $2 million we required. This is the budget. This is the quotation they have given to. So this XYZ bank. Now let's come to ABC company. So they have only one project. They are already handling some other client. So they are telling. So we need 20 developers, and we don't need any testers because development people only. They will do parallelly testing. This is parallel development and testing. So they will do parallelly, and we don't need any testers separately like that they are telling. And we need at least 2 team leaders and 1 delivery manager. So now they are asking, we need 1 year to complete this development part, and we need $1.5 million. So now tell me, who will get the project? XYZ bank project, who will get it? Either TCS or ABC company. Who will get the project?
ABC company.
ABC company. Because they're asking less time, 1 year, and less budget also. But who will get the project? Actually, the scenario here, TCS will get the project. Why they will get the project? Because I told you at the beginning, whatever we are going to work in the market, all we are going to work in the MNC companies only. So mostly 95% of the companies. So we are going to work in MNC companies if you learn this mainframe technology. So why I will tell here. So TCS, how they are going to get the project? Why ABC is not going to get the project? Because let's say ABC, okay, they have given less time, and they have given a good budget also. So they got this project. So after 6 months, so while they are developing this XYZ application or XYZ bank application, so suddenly they have some financial issues. So financial problems are personal some reasons. So they are about to close their company. So they got another some vendor, AAA vendor they got, and they are asking, so if you give me XYZ bank data, so I will give you some $3 million. So some third party vendor they came to this ABC company because they are about to close this company because of some financial loss. So they don't have any other choice to run the business. So now they came here and they're asking, so we need a XYZ bank data. So if you give, I will give some $3 million. So obviously what they will do, they are already into financial losses. So if they cannot run the business anyway, they need to answer to XYZ bank. Why you are not running? Because we have given whatever you promised, whatever the time you have given, whatever the budget, everything we gave. So why you are not going to develop the application completely? So we are going to shoot a file on your company like that. So anyway, they are into that criteria. Now this vendor came and they are giving some $3 million. What if they are going to sell the data to this vendor? So If they are going to sell the data to this vendor, what will happen generally? ABC is going to lose or XYZ bank is going to lose. Who is going to lose, the customers or any idea? So generally here, if you sell any data of any bank, so the opposite banks, they will take the data and they will convert all the customers to their bank. So now ABC vendor, anyway they are into losses, they are going to sell the data. In that there are so many cases to sell the data, and while they are selling the data, so XYZ bank is going to lose the customers. So that is why, so they don't want to give the projects to these startup companies. So they will give the projects to only MNC companies, because one project, they have a issue, financial issue, they have several projects to sustain everything in the companies. They have so many projects, there are so many teams in the companies, so they can survive, and that is why they are going to get the projects. So mainframes, where we are going to use this mainframes, in which projects we are going to use, and why is this XYZ bank, why they are going to take this mainframes only, why they are not going to take any Windows or Linux or Mac operating system, something like this. So basically this mainframes is an operating system. Mainframes is an operating system. So what is the operating system name? So in earlier it is OS by 360, the name, and OS by 390, and the latest version is Z operating system, which is nothing but zero downtime operating system. Z operating system is nothing but here zero downtime operating system. So why mainframes are, named it as zero downtime operating system? Because whenever you see, if you go to last 5 years back, so if you go to any ATM, so where we are going to see there is some server issue. If you go to any bank, you see there is a server down, you can come after some time. Or if you are using now phone pay or Google Pay or whatever it is, we will see general issues. The server is down, you can try, or your transaction is failed, or your transaction is pending, so you can try after some time, like that. Why we are getting these kind of things? Because the server issues. What is the server you are using? That may be Windows, that may be Linux operating system. Mainframe operating system is a zero downtime operating system. There is no server down kind of issues in mainframe. Why? That is how it is developed. So why Indian market, they are not using this mainframe operating system? So 90% of the projects or companies or industries, why they are using Windows or Linux operating system? Because cost effective. So mainframe operating system is very expensive. That is why very expensive. That is why all the companies or industries, they won't use this. They cannot afford this mainframe server. Every year, at least 2 crores as a minimum, they need to pay as a rental basis. They are not giving a permanent. So every year they need to pay 2 crores as a rental. So then only they will give the license, then only they will give the database to store their data, everything. So it is very expensive to maintain the companies. So that is why they will go for Windows operating system, and they will see the server down phase kind of issues. So the first one is very expensive. Mainframe operating system is very expensive. And why this XYZ bank they are going to take this mainframe operating system? Because high security, first point. Nowadays you see so many banks they are getting affected from all the hackers. So many hackers they are going to hack the servers of any bank or any other applications also. They are going to get the data. So now the crucial information from any companies or industries or any insurance sector or any banking sector, everything, the data is very important. Every company nowadays they are working on data in different technologies. So what they are going to store, where they are going to store, how they are going to store, that is the front end back end technologies are involved to maintain this data. Or whenever you are doing a transaction, so you are seeing only the front end transaction, but all the back end we can see all the transaction IDs when you have done this transaction. And every time you do a transaction, the transaction ID will be there. So all these transaction IDs are very important. So we need to store it in a separate place. We need to give a high security for the transaction IDs. Otherwise, if the data is going to some hacker's hands, so it is we cannot get that back. So that will be a problem. So all the customers they don't believe the banks and they will keep the money into their home. So they don't trust the banks. So that is why they need a high security. So nowadays, so many banks are there, but we don't know which bank is giving high security. But we are just blindly we are trusting the banks. But generally in US, UK, there are so many banks. They are using this Z operating system, mainframe operating system. So there is no server down kind of issues. So basically, why customer is preferring any bank? First of all, it is high security and fast processing. Whenever you are doing any transaction, if it is taking 10 minutes or if it is taking 15 minutes, why you are going to use that? Instead of that, you can directly give the cash or something. So that is why user wants fast processing. Whenever he wants to get the data instantly, within fraction of seconds, he will get the data. So that is mainframes. It will do mainframes 80 millions of instructions per second. Per second, it will process the data 80 millions of instructions per second. So mainframe, it will process the data, or mainframe, it will access the data 80 millions of instructions, 80 millions of transactions. So it will do. So one is high security, fast processing, and that is processor access. We can do it with the mainframes. Next, no virus threats. Generally, if you open any browser where we can't see the backend, there are so many virus files attacked into your system. So how we will get to know all these things? Based on the server what you are using. So automatically you will get to know. So how many virus files attacked into your system, and sometimes your system will get crashed. So many virus files attacked into your system, your files, everything. So what you need to do? We are going to some shop and we are asking them, okay, reboot my system, everything, but I need a data. So that time data is not possible if you don't have a backup. So all the time you please back up your data, and every week at least, if it is very important in your system. Otherwise, virus files will get into your system and it will crash your system. But here mainframes, there is no virus attacks happened so far because they are giving high security. So mainframe systems are three-layered architecture. So if any hacker they want to enter into system, first layer itself will get to know, and it will shut down. It will shut down immediately. So there is no possibility to enter into the second layer, into the third layer. It is not possible. Where is the data available? After third layer, data is available. So they cannot enter into this three-layered architecture. It is impossible. So that is why this XYZ bank, they are preferring to take this mainframe operating system. Even it is very expensive, but they are taking, so because of high security, because of fast processing, because of access and process, no virus threats, everything. Clear so far? Any questions? Whatever I told, this is for the client side, why they are going to take the mainframe operating system so far. But now we are going to understand as a student level. So if you learn this technology, what are the advantage here, where we are going to work in the environment, everything we will get to know. See, someone is Jangam Ravi or some, you are typing something. Please don't do that. All right. So if I learn this technology mainframes, what are the benefits I'm going to get it? So how can I grow my career? So that we will see now. We are going to train here on mainframe development and mainframe testing and maintenance projects and production support projects. So what is the programming language that we are going to learn as part of this mainframe operating system? So we are going to learn COBOL. COBOL is the programming language that we are going to learn here. COBOL is nothing but common business oriented language. So this is the first programming language. This is the first programming language which is introduced in 1960s. That time we don't have any other programming language. Even if you see Java and other Python, every technology or every programming language, they came in 1990s. Java came in 1990s. In Python, you see 2004. Every other programming languages, they came late. But this is the first programming language which is developed for business applications. So what are the business applications that we are going to develop using COBOL, and how much percentage we are going to code if you learn this mainframe technology nowadays? Mostly 70% of the projects which are already existing projects. In mainframe, 70% of the projects which are existing projects, what you need to do, that is 30%. You need to code, you need to test, and you need to deploy whatever you are going to develop, you are going to deploy. And sometimes what will happen, sometimes you need to work in the companies on supporting projects, support projects, mainframe support projects that you need to work. Sometimes we don't know, we are learning one technology but entering into the company, so they have different projects, so they will train you in different technologies and they will take you into that projects. But our main motto is to get a job in the company and to work in the company for a long period. On top of these mainframes, how I can grow my career, what are the technologies that I need to learn on top of these mainframes. So in mainframe here, this is the COBOL programming language that you need to learn, and we are going to train on this development, testing, maintenance, and production side. So we have 6 modules that we are going to train. One is JCL, which is Job Control Language. Another one is COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language. This is the programming language. VSAM, Virtual Storage Access Method. Basically, this is a file where we can store the data. So what are the different files where we are going to store the data, we will see. And this is the programming language. And next, DB2, which is a database tool where we are going to store the data again. But this is we have some SQL queries here where we are going to understand the backend part, how we are going to retrieve the data, how we are going to run the SQL queries in mainframe. So we don't have any separate tool. Basically, in mainframe server itself, we are going to write the COBOL programs. We are going to use the VSAM files. We are going to write the SQL queries, and we will fetch the data from databases. And we have CACS screens, which is customer information control system. Whatever you see, ATM screens. So there is an interaction with the system. Whenever you are going to insert your card, automatically it will prompt you, okay, enter or select an option. So immediately next screen it will come. So these are screens. So all the ATM machines are designed with COBOL and CACS. So whenever you are going to enter, automatically next screen it is developed with this COBOL and CACS. And next, IMS database, which is information management system, DB, which is nothing but database, and IMS DC, which is nothing but data communication or data transfer or data transfer. So these are the modules that we are going to train, where you are going to develop the application as well as you are going to test your application, and you are going to work in the database side also. See here, we are learning all these 6 modules in this course as part of this course, but we are not going to work in all the 6 modules at a time in the companies. That depends on the project, depends on the company. You may be working on only JCL COBOL. You may be working on only COBOL, COBOL and VSAM and JCL. You may be working only on DB2. You may be working on COBOL, JCL, VSAM, and CACS. You may be working on all 6 modules sometimes. That depends. Sometimes some companies they have only DB2 related work that you are going to work. So sometimes you need to work on JCL and COBOL development work and VSAM files also sometimes. So, but as part of the training, we are going to train all the 6 modules. So that will get more opportunities. Whenever you are attending any interview, you can tell I know all the 6 modules. So I have very good hands-on experience or very good practice on this. All the 6 modules, I can work in any module. So that much confidence you need to get after this course, and that is what we are going to give it to you. And This is so far the 6 modules. And what are the domains that we are going to work in the environment? That is banking domain, insurance domain, and telecom domain, healthcare. This is very important. Banking domain, insurance domain, telecom, healthcare, retail, okay, stock exchange related, so etc. So these are the top domains that you are going to work in all the MNC companies, like we have TCS, Infosys, Capgemini, Cognizant, okay, Deloitte. So all the MNCs companies, they have all these top domains they are working, and banking all the data. Then they need to store it in a big server, that is mainframe operating system. Nowadays, if you see, every people they have a bank account. Without bank account, no person is there. So bank account is must and should. And all the banking information, they need a big server, that is mainframe. And insurance, if you see, for health insurance, general insurance, and related to auto vehicles, okay, if you take any vehicle, insurance is mandatory nowadays. Where we are going to store this insurance, we need a big server. Life insurance, next liability insurance, professional insurance. Some lawyers they will take insurance. Some police officers they will take insurance. Some doctors they will take in insurance. So because of their work. So all this information they need to store it some place, that is mainframe. Telecom, everyone they need a mobile, they need a SIM card. So all the information, customer information, they need to store at some place. Healthcare, for all the IT employees nowadays, it's mandatory to take in the companies. So our companies are they are giving MNC companies, whenever you are joining, immediately they will give you a healthcare policy to you and your family members, and they will charge you in your salary, because that is must and should for an employee or employer who is working. So that will be a good habit. Whenever you are going to take your family, parents or everything, it is cashless. So healthcare policies are very important, when instead of sometimes insurance, and healthcare is very important because sometimes we don't have a cash, we can use this healthcare policy and we can get cashless. And retail information, so here healthcare, all the patient information, all the treatment information, everything, so very confidential, and we should not store it at a different place. We need a big server again, so to store it, give a high security for this. Retail information, any product related, if you see any Walmart or Tesco PCL, so there are so many products. In India we have Reliance, and we have more Ratnadeep, all these like this. Retail product related information or any discount related information, everything we are going to store it at some place. We need a big server to store all this information. And the finally stock exchange, every share information, who is purchasing the shares or who is selling the shares, every information. So we need to store it at some big servers. If you see National Stock Exchange, there, that is also the Bombay National Stock Exchange is developed, and some data information we are going to store it at this mainframe servers only. So most of the projects, 80% of the projects what we are working on, the US or UK project or any Canada project. So mostly we are going to work with foreign clients. So you should be ready and you should understand the application, because I told 70% of the projects which is already there, you no need to code from the scratch. That is why we are here. So 30% only, if anything is left in the development side, or if while user is using the application, if he is getting any sort of issues, we are going to help them, and that is maintenance kind of projects or supporting projects we are going to work. So easy way to get a job, and on top of this technology, so you are going to learn. You can learn DevOps on top of this. You can learn Azure factories, data factories. So You can learn on top of this AWS, you can learn on top of mainframes that your career will go smoothly. Okay, clear everyone?
Yeah, one thing. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can complete it this. I mean to say that COBOL, JSL, and VSOM, we know that we already we have I have some experience. So in the
okay.
criteria, I have to learn AWS DevOps also, including in the mainframe. It's a modernization or
Yeah, it's a modernization because mainframe system 70%, 80% already, existing projects, they are actually migrating all the projects. So nowadays, migrating is also a task all the developers, mainframe developers, they are doing. Parallelly, they are, learning this DevOps or Azure or AWS. So they are learning to enhance their skills basically. Mainframes developers, they have so much demand. Why means because they have additional skills.
yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So migration projects, we are going to work mostly, and some of the development projects also we are going to work. Here, once we complete these 6 modules, so we are going to have a real-time training. So 15 days of real-time training is there. So this 15 days, after 6 modules completion, so every day we have one mock interview. So after the 6 modules, every day one mock interview, 15 days, 15 mock interviews will be conducted, and parallelly every day we have one real-time class. So real-time environment, what are the latest technologies, tools that they are using in the companies, which methodology or model that they are going to use, agile methodology or waterfall methodology, what kind of meetings they are going to work on, like scrum calls or status meetings, and what are the latest tools that they are going to use, Jira or ServiceNow kind of tools. So that and all we are going to discuss in the real time training for 15 days. Every day it's a completely different. So parallelly you need to attend all the 15 mock interviews. Then it is easy. After 15 mock interviews, you can get the resume and you can upload into portal. Immediately you get a call. You feel that okay, this is also a mock interview kind of thing, and you with the flow you can easily get a job. So basically we have 2 rounds, I think. So one is a technical round, second one is manager round. Sometimes only one round also it is there. So directly you can get a job. But once you get into the company also sometimes, so they have different projects. Again, you need to give one more interview to your team leader, because internally they have multiple projects. They don't know who selected. So once you get into the company, so they will take another round of interview. So either you are strong in development side, or you are strong in production support, or you are strong in testing side. They will choose and they will deploy into that project. Okay. So duration of the course is 45 days of training. This is, and why migration is happening? What are the reasons? Migration is happening because some of the legacy old applications are there. So old applications, they are built on some PL1 programming languages, some of the COBOL programming languages. So they are going to migrate into, as I told you, AWS, so or this Java. Migrating also, they need to know how we are going to migrate from mainframes to some AWS or Java. There is a tool that is also mainframe tool only they are using. Some of the migration projects, they are migrating from this mainframe operating system, the database DB2 and IMS database, they are migrating to G Cloud, which is This is also IBM is introduced a G Cloud. Some of the companies they are using another cloud, that is AWS, so or Azure, they will use this. So it depends on the companies they will use, because of budget problem they cannot maintain uh, this much cost effective. This is IBM to maintain, because data DB2 is also very expensive, so they need to purchase license for this separately. So that is why all the companies, some of the companies, they will migrate their projects, but it is very difficult. It is not like, okay, within a month we can migrate the whole application. So it will take years to migrate, because all the programs, whatever they have developed from past 20 years, so if they want to migrate the whole application, so it is very impossible immediately. It is not possible, so to convert or to migrate into different platform, but it will take some time. So meanwhile, that is what you need to adopt your skills, you need to explore or enhance your skills into different, so based on that you will get more opportunities inside the company. Okay, clear.
Yeah. What about AS400? Some companies are looking AS400 is demanded on nowadays.
uh, that is what, see, 90% of the projects which are on cobol only, so and 5% is PL1, and uh, some 2 to 3% some they are using some this AS400, but I'm not sure, because this whatever the percentage, 90% we will focus here only, because these programming languages will have less demand. Whenever you know cobol, automatically PL1 also you can understand very well, AS400 also parallelly you can get it, because all these three are blue screens only. So I will show you here. So this is the blue screen, what you are going to install into your system. Mainframe systems, you need to give your mainframe user ID and you need to give your password. So automatically you will see the home screen of mainframe. So I need to install into your system. So this is the blue screen, green screen, where we are going to use into mainframes. In the real time, the advantage is here, whatever you are practicing in the lab material or lab practice, everything that is same in the real time also. That is the advantage, same options. So the same function keys that we are going to use here. So from basic onwards, we are going to train you. We have some 300 to 500 lab practice programs are there. So we are going to give it to you on daily practice, and we will give you this software also to practice into your. Okay, we can install into your system. That will be useful for you.
Thank you.
Yep. So this is the mainframe content. We have JCL. These are the concepts, and COBOL. We have some concepts, and VSAP, DB2, and IMSDB also we have. And the real-time tools, we are going to have all the real-time tools, debugging tools, how we are going to use different domain knowledge. Okay, what are the roles and responsibilities? Which project that you are going to get it? How you are going to get the resume and everything? We will see here at the real-time training sessions. So basically, technology wise, it is good to learn, and you can easily understand even if you are not from IT background, or even if you are not from any computer science background. But I am telling, it is must and should. You need to have a system knowledge. Whenever your hands is more faster on the keyboard side, so that will be good to work in the companies. If you are using mouse, okay, where is my cursor or something like this, so it is not possible to work in the companies. So always, so your hand should be more faster. Okay, so please get more hands-on experience on the this keyboard side, all the shortcuts, function keys that you need to have. So that and all I have mentioned in the material also. So what are the shortcut keys that you can use till now? Latest shortcut keys also I mentioned. Okay, this content, okay, they will share. Okay, we'll share after this session. So classes every day, the class timings maximum 1.5 hour it will be. So the timings will be posted 7:30 or 7 o'clock. We have a session every day. We will start, and 1.5 hour the session it will be, and mostly 4 to 5 classes I used to take in a week. That is weekend compulsory 2 days I will take, and in the weekdays I used to take 2 to 3 sessions. So remaining days, it's not like we don't have any session. So you need. I'm just giving here time to practice, because it is to understand it is okay. But whenever you are practicing, you need a time to practice all these things, because I'm going to give you, okay, every day 10 programs or 15 programs like that. So to get a more hands-on experience on the practice wise, so you need a time. So that is why I will take, okay, 4 to 5 classes or 3 to 4 classes every week. So freshers have any chance to get the calls from MNCs. All MNCs are asking only experienced candidates. So how course will help freshers for their career? So previously they used to ask only for experience. Now whenever you are posting, see different ways to get a job actually. It is not like, okay, mainframe freshers they don't take. They will take, but less chances are there. But whenever you get a chance, immediately that one interview itself you will get an opportunity. There is no confusion, because this training is who is having who is going to work in the companies for 4 years or 3 years, they can work in the companies. If you are a fresher, then easily you will get an opportunity. If you get an opportunity easily, you can join in that company directly, because that experience you will get it, and the certification also you will get it. So possibility ways that you can try taking some any senior, if you whoever they are, attending the interviews, you can ask them, okay, could you please share the mail IDs, whatever you got so far from Naukri. So you can share your profile, so I'm very much interested, or I have this one, so I learned this technology, so I'm very much interested, like that. You have to send a mail, official mail, so that they will contact you, or some references who is working in the companies. You can some companies they will take mainframe freshers also. Okay, no need to worry about that. So I'm working in 24/7 shift. So I will face difficult to attend the live classes daily. So yeah, that we need to discuss, because we have a recording sessions also, we will give it to you. So every day, if you miss any classes also, no need to worry, we have a recorded sessions, we will share it to you. Clear? Any questions you can ask?
Hi sir, who will provide certifications for mainframes?
Institute will provide certifications. Okay, Kalyan IT uh, will provide the mainframe certifications.
Okay, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, I have one query.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, is the mainframe certificate from IBM?
IBM won't give certifications, because you are getting trained from this institute, so you will get the certification that you have completed the
Mainframe.
IBM mainframes. Okay, so on so date. So you are a training level, so you are good at certifications, and expert level you learned all these technologies that we will mention, and we will give it to you. That is useful only, because this is certified. So many students previously, so they have asked me, so I have given to so many people that they are using right now.
Okay, okay.
Yep. Any questions you can ask?
Yeah, actually, I have an experience. So in laid off, my job is gone. So I'm looking into the mainframes only.
Okay.
So what should I do? Uh,
Yeah.
I did not
Which technology that you have worked on previously?
mainframes.
Mainframes only.
Yes.
Okay. So you can try parallelly. You can also attend the classes real time because whatever the latest production support also we are going to give the training real time training. So if you want only real time training, that also you can take it. Right?
Okay.
You can take the latest projects and you can apply for the interviews.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Any questions? We have 7 minutes more.
I have one question.
Yeah.
What will be the fee of the course or price?
So please, Kalyan, fees they will tell you. Okay, Kalyan will share all the details, fee structure, everything. So what are the documents required at the time of joining? Okay, so it will mention. Okay, they will call you because you have given the number, right? So they will call you and they will tell you.
Yeah, actually, I one of my friend was refer me, so
Yeah.
it's possible to call get a call from them
Uh,
from your end.
Please, you can whoever joined separately, so you can share here in the chat box. You can share your name and contact number, mail ID, so that yeah, or you can take it. So here the contact number is there. You can call contact.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I will contact.
Yeah. So I told you 4 to 5 classes we have every day, 7:30 or 7 to 8:30 we have a session. So it's a recorded session. So I need all the people. So you have to join on regular basis because once you miss, if you think that okay I can take the recording session and I can go through. But if you miss 2 days, so that will be a problem to go through the recordings. So it will be more burden to you because I will give the assignments every day, 10 to 15 programs, basic programs. So it will be a problem if you miss 2, 3 sessions. So you have more burden. So that is why attend regular classes and complete every day on that day itself. The programs, practice, everything. So on the next we have this mainframe installation class in the next classes, and we are going to see understand how we are going to work in the mainframe environment. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir, it is clear.
All right. No
Thank you
questions?
so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir, for your
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. All the best. Thanks for joining. Please take the number. If you have any questions, you can contact.